As you can tell from what I'm wearing, on my face, on my shirt, sweatshirt, and what the title of the video is, we're here to talk and break down the Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer. This is my most anticipated movie of the year. Probably, if I just look at all the movies that have released this decade, probably my most anticipated movie of the decade. I am a big Spider-Man fan. He's my favorite fictional character ever. He's my favorite superhero. Like, I just love him. I've loved, like, basically all the movies. My favorite movie ever is TASM 2. My second favorite movie is TASM 1. And my third favorite movie is No Way Home. So, safe to say I love Spider-Man. A lot of people probably wouldn't have that as their top 3. I understand that. It's probably weird that my top 3 are all Spider-Man. And by the time this movie releases, if it's as good as this trailer makes it look out to be, which I expect it will be my top 4. But, like, I love Spider-Man. Like, my favorite comic book, even with its ups and downs, is probably Ultimate Spider-Man from 2024 to 2026. My favorite video game is, as of now, Spider-Man 2. And I absolutely love Spider-Man, and No Way Home was just such a great movie. The TASM movies are awesome. And I was extremely looking forward to this, especially since Shang-Chi is also a fantastic movie. And after watching this trailer, it has a genuine shot of beating No Way Home, which, if it can do that, it will be my favorite MCU movie, because as of right now, No Way Home is my favorite MCU movie and my third favorite movie. I already said that. But anyway, I think this has a really genuine shot of being better than No Way Home, and if it can be better than No Way Home, then it will be my favorite MCU movie. And I never thought I would say this, but it's gonna have to be like freaking amazing to do this. But it has a genuine shot of being better than TASM 1, which I never thought I would say about any movie besides TASM 2, which I don't think Brand New Day is gonna be better than TASM 2, seeing as how TASM 2 is my favorite movie ever. But dude, this looks awesome. So what I'm gonna do in this breakdown is I'm just gonna kind of break down what happens in the trailer. I'm gonna talk about it a little bit, and it will probably be a little bit of a longer video because this is Spider-Man, so I'm going to talk as long as I can. So, I'm going to take this mask off because it will be easier to read when the eyes aren't fogged up. And we're going to get started. So, the trailer opens, and Spider-Man's, like, sitting on this thing upside down, and he's on Instagram. He's just listening to Ned and MJ. And Ned's basically like, oh my gosh, we got an MIT. I'm so excited. MJ, are you? And she's like, yeah. And he's like, come on, at least pretend that this isn't the happiest, like, time of your life. And she's like, I can't. And then it shows Peter. And obviously, when she says that, she obviously spent time with him. She doesn't remember it, but he does. And he's just like, well, that hurts. And then we get, like, this cool shot of him just reaching up and pulling down the mask. And it looks so good. And then he kind of just lets himself fall off the building. And then it shows this shot of him just, like, going down the suit, rippling everything. It looks fantastic. And then you get this little point of view shot inside the mask of his eye, and it's a really cool shot. It's really cool that we're getting, like, a new way of showing Peter swinging and everything. I'm super excited. And then it obviously shows Sony, it shows Marvel Studios, all that. And then, obviously, as the trailer is going on, Pete voices a little bit at the start, where he's just kind of, like, saying what's been going on. He's just like, hi, I'm Peter Parker, you don't remember me, but I had to do something very hard, save the world, blah, blah, blah. It shows the note from No Way Home that he was going to read to MJ and Ned to make them remember him, but he didn't, and he's just kind of holding on to that. It shows cafe with Ned walking in, Pete's there, just kind of like watching over them. It's kind of creepy, but at the same time, I mean, you can't exactly blame the guy, because, I mean, everyone forgot who he was. He lost basically everything. You can't really blame him. You get a shot of the suit in a washing machine. Peter's just leaning against it and it's getting washed, which reminded me of the scene from TASM 2 where he was trying to explain to Aunt May why everything turned red and blue, and he's just like, I was washing the American flag. This trailer has a couple things that look like they're mimicking TASM 2, and that's awesome. And then you get Spider-Man getting the key to the city. MJ and Ned are watching on TV. MJ, throughout the trailer, seems like she is kind of obsessed a little bit with Spider-Man. Because she remembers Spider-Man, she just doesn't remember Peter. So she's like, there's something there with that guy, I just don't know what. And that's going to be kind of cool to see. A lot of people think it's going to ruin No Way Home's ending. And to some extent, I can understand where they're coming from. But at the same time, in universe, it's been 4 years. So even, like, in the next appearance, if they do undo it, it's still been 4 years. So it's not, like, totally undoing it. But I can understand why someone might not like that. And then you get some scenes of action. You got the one where he's running, puts on the mask, and jumps off the construction site, like, twirling, which looked awesome. You get a little bit of the swinging, which swinging is fantastic. It hasn't looked this good since TASM 2. Will it beat TASM 2 swinging? For me, probably not, because it's my favorite movie ever. But it's going to be, like, right behind it. It's like TASM 2 and this are going to be, like, probably, like, what all the web swinging should look like. You got a little bit of that tank fight that was being, like, shown a lot in, like, August last year, where there was just a bunch of behind-the-scenes set photos and videos and everything that people would take. And it looks fantastic. Like, the action is great, the web swinging is great, the tank looks cool. He crashes into a car, and that looked great. And that leads into him getting hit by a van, and the Punisher, Frank Castle, played by John Bernthal's there. He's just like, what the hell, Frank? You just hit me with the van. And he's like, quit your whining. Which I was just, like, when I watched that, I was just like, wait, Pete knows who Frank is? Like, that's awesome. I love that. It's not going to be like, oh, hey, I'm Punisher, I kill people, and Spider-Man's like, I don't do that. No, Pete knows who Punisher is, and Punisher knows who Spider-Man is. It's fantastic. It gives me more hope that Spider-Man might show up in Daredevil Born Again Season 2, which it probably won't happen, to be honest, but I'm still holding out hope that he will be in there. It would make sense. I'm hoping that Punisher in the special presentation, like, Spider-Man might be in, like, a post-credit scene thing for that or something. I just really want to see him with these characters. I hope that Matt Murdock shows up in this. He was in No Way Home, so there's a big chance that he's in this. And again, just real quick, I hope that Spider-Man's in Born Again Season 2. Obviously, Sony, like, said that they're more open to sharing Spider-Man. That was after Born Again wrapped, but they could have been saying that knowing that he's going to be in Season 2. I don't know. I just hope he's in that. But you get some with Frank, and then Spider-Man webs his gun, and Frank's just like, okay, and he shoots him. It obviously doesn't, like, hurt him, but, he shoots him, and then Spider-Man, like, webs back, takes Frank out, rips him out of the van and everything, and Frank's about to say mother effer, but Spidey webs his mouth, and he's like, go home. It's awesome. And then, you get a little bit of Pete at a, like, party at MJ's apartment, and she's, like, dating this guy who I think is played by Ezra from Ahsoka. I'm just hoping he's not Paul, which I think most people can agree. Just please don't be named Paul. That would suck. And then you obviously get the scene where Peter faints. And he's just like, what's going on? There's something wrong with me. He wakes up in this cocoon and falls out and shoots a web without his web swingers. So he's obviously got organic webbing. And then he's just like, what's going on? He gets scanned, like, in the suit. Like, he's getting scanned. And then he goes to Hulk at MIT. He's just like, hey, Professor Banner, I need your help with something. And Banner's just like, sorry, what did you say your name was? And then there's a shot of, like, water dropping, and then Spider-Man's, like, holding his head. Basically, like, all his senses and stuff are, like, overloading. And then Hulk's kind of talking to him, and he's just like, Dean, like, I can't remember exactly what he said, but he was like basically saying that like DNA stuff, if it like evolves and stuff, could be somewhat dangerous, and he would know since he's Hulk. Again, this movie still looks like it's gonna be great. Avengers: Age of Ultron is my second favorite MCU movie, and Bruce Banner's in it. I just really don't like Mark Ruffalo, so I'm hoping that he's not like a huge part in this. But who knows? And then it shows him like web catapulting, which some people have said it looks kind of like he's being thrown and like trying to hold something back instead of web catapulting. So this could be like him fighting Hulk and getting launched. That'd be quite cool. He hits a water tower, and then it shows Aunt May's grave, and he kind of just like gives a little kiss and pats it. And this is where Tombstone starts like narrating the trailer, and what he's doing is he's like, there's 3 life cycles of Spider, blah blah blah. He's kind of like just talking about that the rest of the trailer, and he's like just saying how they evolve and everything. And that's going to be kind of cool seeing Tombstone in this. One thing I do like about this trailer, which it's going to get into in a little bit, is that there are many villains, and a lot of people won't like that, but I think that from what the trailer shows, the way they're going to use them, it's going to be great. And I like seeing multiple villains because it's just building out this world and building out Spider-Man's rogues gallery and everything. So I'm excited for that. It shows someone locked up in like this room, like there's like doors that lift and then someone's locked in a chair. I'm guessing that could probably be Sadie Sink's character, who a lot of people think she's Jean Grey. There's a couple things later in the trailer, which the next thing in the trailer, Spidey is at a I think it's a jail. It might not be though. I think it's after the tank fight. He's like ripping a thing off the tank and there's an old woman in it, and she's just kind of smiling, and then she like stops and she's kind of like, where am I? And then Pete looks over and like there's a guard, or it might have been damage control dude. It's like a cop dude. He goes like that, like he's being possessed, and then he looks up and another guy gets possessed. So I'm guessing this could maybe be Sadie Sink as Jean Grey, like possessing him with her like telekinesis. It showed the tank, so I don't know, because Jean Grey's usually a hero, but at the same time, people are coming after her. I could see her using this as a distraction to get away or something. That's going to be really cool to see. Jamal Tillman gets shown as well, who a lot of people think he's going to be like, people think he's going to be like the damage control guy, which that would be kind of cool. I haven't seen him in anything, so, and he doesn't look like he's going to be a big part of this, so he's probably going to be like Agent Cleary in No Way Home, where he's not like a big part, but he does show up in there, and I mean, that's going to be kind of cool. And then you see someone in a hood, kind of like this, and I think that's Sadie Sink. A lot of people do too. Like, I've seen people react to the trailer, and that shot, everyone's like, is that Sadie Sink? So it probably will be Sadie. Who knows, though? And then you get a little bit of Scorpion, where he's just like, stay on my way, and he hits Spider-Man with his tail. That's going to be so awesome. Obviously, he was in Homecoming, and it's been like 10 years since then, so we're finally getting him back. He was in Your Friend in the Able Spider-Man last year, which was really cool. And the suit that he's in kind of looks like that. He doesn't have the mask, which I'm kind of hoping he does get the mask in this, because that would look cooler. And then Spidey is kind of like malfunctioning on a roof. He's swinging, and then he kind of like tumbles and like rolls off the building, gets some web on him. I think there might have been a couple birds that get attached to him as well. And then he starts webbing away. It shows Frank again, and he's just like, you're losing it, kid. It's going to be so awesome to see Frank, and hopefully Matt. We'll get into that. And then it shows a little bit of a scene with Pete and MJ. It's like a second shot where he's in the Spider-Man costume, and then it's MJ. So he either, like, she found a way to contact Spider-Man and was just like, I want to meet you and talk to you about something, or he had to save her from something, and then this is going to be the aftermath. I'm really excited to see how they do that relationship and exactly what happens by the end. You get a scene with the tank, and Spidey like webs a thing and starts pulling, and he like turns it. He slams into a bus, but I think this is like a Spider-Man PS4 reference, because in the PS4 game, Pete does something similar to that, where he's trying to move a tank, and he fails in that. It looks like he's gonna fail in this as well. And then you get a couple action shots that are recreating comic book covers. You get one which might be like my favorite shot of the trailer. You've got Pete like swinging with a guy in his hand, recreating Amazing Fantasy 15, which is obviously the first comic book he ever showed up in. You've got a shot with him and Boomerang like down in the corner, like throwing stuff at him, and he just got like a web. And then the last like shot like that is one with Tarantula, where Tarantula's like coming at him with like knives on his feet, which kind of remind me of X-23 from Logan and Deadpool and Wolverine. And then the last little bit of the trailer, you get the Hand in a prison, which, if you don't know who the Hand is, they're the ninja gang from Daredevil Season 2, Iron Fist Season 1, the Defenders, but mostly Daredevil. Like, they're the Daredevil thing, which this is kind of what reinforces that Daredevil might be in it. Obviously, a lot of people want to see Spidey and Daredevil together. Punisher's going to be in this. Matt Murdock was in No Way Home, and now the Hand's showing up. And, I mean, Fisk was mayor. This is taking place after Born Again Season 2, so Fisk isn't going to be mayor anymore. So there are multiple clues that Matt could show up in this, and I really hope he does. Just imagine, like, at the end, like, what they have to do. Someone influences the Hulk into Savage Hulk, and it's Peter, it's Frank, and it's Matt teaming up to try and take him down. That would be amazing. But then you get Pete, like, webbing a sword. His eyes go, like, black, and he breaks it. And then you've got, like, it cuts to another scene of them outside, and Pete jumps at the Hand. And then it shows Spider-Man Brand New Day. Like, that's going to be a really awesome action scene. Like, the action and CGI in this trailer was amazing. I've heard a couple of people say that some of the shots aren't the greatest. I don't agree with that. I think that all the shots are fantastic. But like, that little thing in the prison and stuff is awesome. And then Tombstone's obviously narrating, and he's just like saying how they are reborn and everything. It's awesome. And then the last little thing you get, which is like the last, like a little clip after Spider-Man Brand New Day, right before it ends, Pete introduces himself to MJ, and she's just like, "Are those flowers?" And he's like, "Oh, they're just a house-warming gift." And she's like, "I'm MJ," and he's like, "I'm just the neighbor from down the hall." And MJ looks at Ned and is like, "Friendly neighbor," and Pete kind of chokes on his drink. That was awesome. Obviously, it's referencing Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, but yeah. Real quick, I'm just going to put the mask back on since I'm done looking at my notes. Finish the video off with my Spider-Man mask on. Obviously, this is Andrew's. I do have a Tom one, but I like this one a little bit more. It just fits my head a little bit nicer. That trailer was perfection to me. It has so many, like, cool things. Like, obviously, it's hinting at, like, there's, like, multiple comic, like, references. Obviously, it's bringing us after No Way Home. It's so good. He's going to get organic webbing. We're going to see what happens with MJ. Obviously, Frank Castle is in here. Matt Murdock, hopefully, the Hood. Not the Hood, the Hand, sorry. Maybe Jean Grey starting the X-Men in the MCU. Hulk, which he's probably my least favorite part so far. I just really don't care about Mark Ruffalo. But he's going to be in it. The action and CGI looks fantastic. Tom Holland is going to be so good as him. He's not, I don't think he's ever going to beat Andrew Garfield. Andrew Garfield is just the Spider-Man to me. But this performance is going to be fantastic. It's going to be, like, probably Tom Holland's best performance. It's going to be better than whatever, like, anything that Tobey's done. Sorry. I know a lot of people like Tobey, but I'm a little bit lower on him. It's probably going to be better than John Hammond, who was Spider-Man, like, old time. I watched the first movie with John Hammond, and I'm planning on watching the other two movies / the rest of the show before this. Actually, I'm going to watch it before Spider-Man Noir. But, I'm just super excited for this movie, and, like, it's July. I have to wait till July 31st. Like, it's going to be a long wait. And obviously there is a lot more stuff in between. Obviously we got Daredevil Born Again, which Daredevil Born Again is going to be awesome. I mean, it's going to be perfect, but I generally can't wait for this. Most anticipated movie of the year, definitely, probably of the decade. I think that just like all the characters that they showed in this, like they didn't show too much. They didn't really show anything of the story, but they showed you what needed to see. Like you got the action that you needed to see, CGI, which is pretty good. You got the suit in action, which it looks super great and it's practical. Like it doesn't look like there's any of the CGI stuff, which like the suits in Homecoming and everything, like they kind of look like that. I don't really have a problem with them. Like I think they look fine, but this one obviously does look better, and it's got like the wrinkles and everything, which look fantastic. But you obviously see where Peter has been for past 4 years. You get some of MJ and Ned, who MJ, I'm excited to see how they bring her back and kind of her relationship with Peter in this movie. Ned, I'm not the most excited for. He's probably like some of my least favorite parts of the other movies. Not that I hate him, it's just that out of everything, he's on the lower end of stuff. Obviously, you got Punisher, which is fantastic. You get a little bit of Chiwetel Ejiofor as probably like the Department of Damage Control guy. You get Hulk. You get possibly a bit of Sadie Sink, but I don't know. But this movie looks fantastic, and I'm gonna be watching this trailer like a bunch. I've already watched it like 20 times, and I am so excited. And if there's more trailers, I'll break those down. Obviously, stay tuned. We got Daredevil in about a week, which I think for Daredevil season 2, I'm going to at least try doing like how last year when I reviewed the episodes by episode, I did like short little videos. I think I'm going to make a little bit of longer videos for the episodes. See how, if I enjoy those. But yeah. If you liked this video, I hope you did. Subscribe, please. Like the video. And stay tuned for more Marvel content, because no matter how many movies I review, which hopefully will be more as I go along, no matter how many TV shows, which I hope more as I go along, I will always be a big Marvel fan, and that will be like the thing at the forefront, because I absolutely love Marvel. So if you love Marvel, stay tuned, and I will see you soon. But that was my breakdown for the Brand New Day trailer. Tell me what you guys thought of the trailer in the comments, and I will see you guys next time.